I just want to point out how in book 1 in ACOTAR, like, every other sentence with Feyre was like, oh my god, Tamlin noticed this, oh my god, Tamlin noticed that. We get the whole scene where she steals the knife, and she's like, nobody noticed, I'm stealthy. And then Tamlin's like, I know you took the knife. Tamlin notices things. It's part of him, I think, being a shapeshifter. Like, he notices things. So then in ACOMAF, when the whole fandom is like, he doesn't notice her withering away, he doesn't notice she's depressed, he's neglecting her when she's throwing up at night. No, that wasn't it. First of all, the whole thing with her throwing up at night and him not acknowledging it was an unspoken mutual agreement between them. Feyre says this in her POV. She says, it's an unspoken thing between us because we agreed not to let Amarantha win. So he noticed her throwing up at night, and she noticed him turning into his beast out of paranoia to keep watch so she doesn't die again. That was never really an issue. I don't know why the fandom hates him for that, when it's very clear it was mutual and Feyre did the same thing to him. But because Tamlin notices all these things and is very astute and observational, he had to have noticed that Feyre was getting cold feet about the wedding. And I don't think he wanted to acknowledge that because that's just more trauma. It would be like giving up or admitting that they weren't okay, and he wasn't ready to do that. And I think that's why he told Feyre, like, whatever you want, you know, just, I guess, listen to Ianthe if you want to. Because let's remember, Feyre has a mouth. She has a loud mouth. She talks about everybody. She holds grudges. She's a very loudmouth person. And the fact that she didn't tell Ianthe, like, no, I'm not wearing this fucking ugly-ass wedding dress, and no, you're not planning my wedding this way because this isn't how I want it. Tamlin definitely saw that. Like, there's no way he didn't know that her not speaking out was her having cold feet. And I think he was just scared of that, and he didn't want to face it. But also, that's, like, really depressing. If you think of Tamlin's point of view, because I know we get Feyre's, but if you think of Tamlin's point of view, seeing someone that was supposed to love you more than anything in the world, that literally died to save you from your childhood groomer and the rest of your court from this evil person, somehow just not really loving you anymore, he physically couldn't handle that. And that's